rolled the piece into my sanding room and started giving it a scuff sanding with a coarse sanding pad. And as you can see here, when you're sanding before paint, and this is not an actual wood piece, I wasn't necessarily going with the grain. It's just a scuff sand any which way, just to get that surface with a little tooth on it, and so it grips onto the primer or paint. Now, you may not want to sand in any willy-nilly direction if you're using a heavy-duty sander, because you run into the possibility of actually leaving some scuff marks before you prime or before you sand, and you don't want to be seeing those through your finish. However, if you're hand sanding, the possibility of creating deep enough scratches or scuff marks is slim to none. So when I'm hand sanding, I think I've mentioned in my other videos, I just kind of go at it like wiping down a kitchen counter. You don't need a whole lot of strength or power behind the hand sanding. So if you just give it a really good light hand sanding, it really doesn't matter whether you go in the direction of a grain or not. My rule of thumb is when I'm working with a real wood piece, I tend to go with the grain regardless of how I'm sanding it. And if I'm going with a factory finish like this one here, it really doesn't make a difference. After I completed the scuff sanding, to remove the dust, I use this dollar store brush. I like using this brush while I'm in the sanding room, but then I roll the piece back into my paint room, and I like to use a tack cloth to make sure that if there's any other dust left on the piece, it gets picked up with the tack cloth.